Hello, investors. It is Connor Bates, Associate Portfolio Manager with Revere Asset Management. Today is Friday, May 23rd, 4:26 p.m. Eastern Time, coming to you with tonight's Revere Roundup Daily Market Insight video. Market state, we are still in an uptrend since those two follow-through days. And if we take a look at the trend gauge over here, pretty much unchanged. Market leaders, still green arrow with that little yellow sub arrow. Couple breaking down, but for the most part, looking good. Short term, we're trending above the 21 EMA, and that power trend continues to stay alive. Really, as long as we hold above that, continue to lead on the bull side. Medium term, we're above the 50-day moving average, and long term, S&P and QQQ are trading above the 200-day, but some weakness in small caps, mid caps trading below. So what happened today? Well, we were woken up with a Truth Social post from Trump, and basically, and what he said was proposing 50% tariffs on goods from the EU, and then 25% tariffs specifically targeting Apple iPhones not made in the United States. So we woke up to that. Futures did not like it, which prompted a gap down. We opened about 1.2% lower, but found some footing during the day. But again, that's know the type of market that you're in, and you know there's always the possibility for that overnight headline. Trump tweets something, posts something on Truth Social, market can take it, negatively or positively. So there really is always that elevated overnight risk in this market. But we closed back above the 200-day, so that is a good sign, and leaders acted pretty well today. Here are the final numbers. 21 over 21 list up 0.32%, 11 green, 1 neutral, 9 red. Big 8 down 1.23%, and that was, Apple was pretty weak on that news. RG8 down 0.24%, S&P 500 down 0.67%, Eco 8 down 0.4, QQQ down 0.93, Eco 8 down 0.93 as well. Dow Jones down 0.59%, mid caps down 0.16, Russell 2000 down 0.33, 60/40 stock and bond down 0.07%, and GROTECTION, flagship GROTECTION down 0.35%, TurboTection down 0.65%. And yeah, if you guys enjoy these videos, as always, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate everyone, all the loyal viewers, all the positive feedback we get. That is what keeps us going. All right, into the charts. So S&P 500 holding above the 200-day, which is good, and close kind of right at this gap, mildly above. So that is a good sign. 4 days down into the 200-day moving average and 21-day. This is a pretty good risk to reward, right? In a bull market, pullbacks are opportunities as long as they don't fall apart. And for now, this is just looking like a 4-day pullback after being a bit overbought and extended here. So now we're getting that pullback. Keys to watch is 200-day, 21-day. This 57.86 level, this gap fill level. That's another big zone, but this could be, big move up off the lows, pullback, pop up. Maybe we handle for a breakout above 6,000. If we continue rolling over, that would warn some caution. And then you can kind of see on this 60-minute, right, kind of undercut the gap, closed above, mildly weak close, but open down here was an opens equals low. Back above 5,800, close back above 5,800 by 2 points, but again, not too bad. So going into next week, it's a short week next week. Monday's no markets Monday, so we will see. RSP equate relative weakness held to 21, but below the 200-day. QQQ, very similar thing. Didn't even touch the 200-day. Still holding above 500. This gap level, but below the 8. But again, overall, charts, nothing really wrong with it, right? It's kind of funny. When the market starts to pull back, there, sometimes can be a news catalyst, but at the end of the day, the market was a bit overextended. It was a 20% plus move off the lows. So yeah, we sold off on the tariff headline this morning, but again, from a technical perspective, there was a decent probability that the market was going to pull back a little bit. Mag 7 looks constructive, flagging out right here. Dow Jones continues to live below the 200-day here, three closes below. Mid caps, relative weakness, just harsh rejection off that 200-day, trying to hold the 21-day for now. Russell 2000 trying to hold the 21-day, but again, relative weakness. ARC kind of flagging out here in this handle. Leaders closed up on the day. Pretty good action from leaders today, and this continues to look constructive, grinding up the right side. VIX, some fear got into the market this morning. VIX spot spiked up to 25 and then came back off and closed at 22. So to me, that's pretty good, right? Get some fear into the market, got the VIX up, hit 25. There's more room for it to roll off and could lead to a bounce in the markets. The dollar continues to be weak. Looks like it's breaking lower out of this bear flag. Gold strength. Talking about the different scenarios on this chart, and it looks like it's kind of trying to break out from this pennant, but on the other hand, held the 50-day there. If the market starts to bounce, maybe gold rolls back over, but chart looks pretty bullish here. Closed up 2.19% on the day. GDX gold stocks kind of breaking higher out of a flag as well. Look good. Silver, keeping an eye on this one. If this one can break out of this big multi-month base, maybe starts to play catch up with gold. Bitcoin a little weak today, down 2.21%, but is, kind of coming back in from the top of the base. But again, really strong move off the lows. Nothing wrong with this chart, just pulling back and seeing some digestion. Bonds trying to hold these lows. TLT, similar thing, maybe trying to undercut, that 85 level would be big failed breakdown. And the rates, maybe we're looking at a failed breakout. So if bonds can start to bounce, that should help the general market and rates cool off. All right, that's the inter-asset correlation. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. So news today, I mentioned the tariff, and just a reminder, markets closed on Monday. Today's keys, the S&P held the 200-day, closed back above 5,800, 6,000 resistance, next area to watch. The Qs held the 200-day, held the 500 support level, 530 is that level above. Day count, from down to, kind of consolidation day, 3 days below the 8, 22 days above the 21. Sectors wise, uranium was extremely strong today, and the reason for that was Trump potentially executive order for uranium and nuclear that is going to potentially come into effect. I talked about this on the podcast as well, but for all the data centers and AI, there's a tremendous need for energy, and so URA was really strong. URNM, that's another ETF. Gold, utilities, some of the power utility names like NRG, VST, those are strong as well, helping XLU. Weakness, Bitcoin, semiconductors were weak, retail, airlines, tech. GROTECTION today just added on to Spotify. 1.33 RVAB, 3.8% balance at risk. TurboTection added to Palantir and Tesla and sold SOX L, 1.39 beta, 3.54% open heat. Bottom line, bulls step up at the 200-day moving average despite the tariff gap down. Let's get into some charts of interest. Start with trades wise, GROTECTION. Added to Spotify today and just beautiful upside reversal off the 21. Really good action. Closed near the highs of the day. Lows in the first, 10 minutes. Trended uply all day. Let's see, lighter volume, but again, clean 3-day pullback into the 21. Kind of broke this down trend line and nice day for Spotify. TurboTection added on to Tesla today. Trim some and added that back, and this one's looking really good. I mean, this is a 8-day consolidation after a strong move up. This is flagging really nicely, so maybe this builds out more in the flag, or this starts to break out next week. Chart looks great. And then also added to Palantir. This again held the 21s, got this flag here. 125.41's the next potential add spot area if that can take out. But again, this one's acting really good. This is pretty textbook cup and handle base. Palantir is arguably the liquid leader of the market. So offering an opportunity here. Very low risk here. You have the 21, which is only 21's only four, it's only 4.2% above the 21 day. So very tight entry on Palantir. And then, yeah, you can see this hourly chart really just shows how coiled it's getting. So this can get back through that downtrend line. Maybe it's off to the races. And then got stopped out of stock sell. Semiconductors rolling over, rejected the 200 day. Nvidia still looks fine, but Avgo, that's another one, still looks good. ARM looks a little bit worse. TSM looks good. KLAC, this is causing some of the weakness. And ASML, then AMAT's another one, again coming back in. So that was hitting stocks, and yeah, semiconductors were down 1.55% on the day. So stopped out of that one. Some other notable things today, like I mentioned, the nuclear stocks. Those were the stars of the day. Oklo up 23% on its highest volume ever. Pretty monster move. You had let's see, NNE looks like day near highest volume ever, up 30% on 10x on 20 million shares today. Huge volume. You had SMR. Again, another one up 20% on 575% above average volume. So CCJ up 11% on 246% above average volume. So, man, monster moves in these names today. Have the catalyst, huge volume today, close near the highs of the day. So these are definitely a focus heading into next week. See if they can consolidate or build a flag. And as long as today's today's lows hold, they're looking really good. So good action there. And then some other another these quantum computing stocks are running quite hard. IONQ, this one trades 21 million shares a day. This one had a huge day on Thursday. Yeah, RGTI as well, coming out of this base. This one trades 48 million shares a day. Not the best fundamentals, but themes wise, these stocks are running. Rocket Lab, this is another one that looks pretty good, flagging here in the space theme. So a lot of themes working well. CrowdStrike, this one breaking out in the cybersecurity theme today. So, from my interpretation, there's still a lot of themes, a lot of leaders acting well. So we'll see if that can continue. Let's take a look at 21 over 21 list. Spotify covered that one. CoreWeave, this one just doesn't give up. Held 100, closed up 2.5% today, and clearly the stock is extended. So maybe this one can handle out and provide an entry, but pretty insane move to say the least. Hims found support at the 21 day. This one looks good. Definitely on the list to potentially add to, but again, doing nothing wrong after a big move up and a normal pullback to the 21. CRS upside reversal off the 21 today. NRG, this is another utility power play. Earnings gap, day two higher high, pulled 3 day pullback into the 8. Nice close here, up 1.63%. GEV, we own this in both portfolios. Looks really good. New highs again today. Relative strength line up and to the right at a 45-degree angle. And this one looks good. Would like to, if this could handle, this would be a great name to add on to. Palantir, see if this can break out of this flag there. APP, um, upside reversal here today. This one's flagging quite nice and coming back decent after that 200-day bounce. Carvana, great chart, flagging here. Undercut this 292.84 pivot. This one, continues to stays really strong. Zscaler, another cybersecurity stock. These stocks are not no give back whatsoever. Any minor pullback to the AEMAs bought up immediately, and they just continue to make new highs. Definitely a extremely strong theme right now. Duolingo flagging here, potentially offering an entry after this earnings gap. Chewy continuing up the right side. Netflix just consolidating here below this 1200 spot. Uber pulled back to the top of this base 87 spot and held, so looks good for now. It's been showing relative strength, but it's kind of just in line with the market going sideways here. But want to see that 86, 87 area hold. But for now, it's not doing anything wrong. Broke out, retesting the breakout zone, 21 days catching up, 50 days. So again, like the story on Uber and looks good. Toast pulling back to the 21 recent earnings gap. This one might be providing an opportunity. Tesla covered this, but really nice flag shaping up there. Boeing hammer off 200 today. Bros getting bought up off that 21-day bounce. Nvidia kind of flagging here. Bitcoin pulling back to the top of the base and Hood pulling back to the eight so strong. And what I like to see, what I like that I'm seeing in a lot of these charts is they had strong runs up off the low. Some of them are coming into these left side highs, and they're not just getting you know they're not just getting rejected hard and rolling over. They're pausing a little bit, forming a handle. And I mean, some of these charts have the potential to just textbook five-star cup and handle base pattern shaping up. So again, these charts still lean very bullish from my analysis. That is the 21 over 21 list. And yeah, well, I'll end it with the chart of the S&P 500 and just kind of recap some thoughts. 4-day pullback after being extended into the 200-day and the 21-day looks totally healthy for now. Power trend still on, so treating this as an opportunity on this pullback as long as these levels hold. You've got a ton of themes running right now. Nuclear really kicked off today. Mentioned a lot of those stocks. Quantum computing's running. Cybersecurity's really strong. Software, Snowflake had that earnings gap. Palantir consolidating right under the highs. Tesla's got the robotics angle. So, as long as leaders keep acting well, the indexes are holding supports and there's no outrageously negative news. Still looks good to lean on the bull side. So, that is everything I got for today. As always, love to hear from you. Emails connor@revereasset.com. You can reach out to me on Twitter at ConnorJBates_. Phone is 855 Real Wealth, 855-732-5932. And if you're ever interested in becoming a client, as always, please reach out. Hope you guys enjoy the long weekend, get some relaxing in, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.